awesome. Maybe perhaps if what Jenny and I have said this afternoon will not compel you to give, maybe talking to Jeremy and his parents and everything that they have been through will compel you to stop what you're doing, hop on that phone. We can literally process you in less than 3 minutes. It doesn't take but a couple of seconds. Be like Jenny and I do. You throw it on your credit card. And the truth is, that's the only bill that I'm like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
You know, 1-800-270-8642. 1-800-270-8642. It's a tradition.
It is.
It's a tradition that we finish the Radiothon with Jeremy. I want to start with Mom. Could you even ballpark how many seizures Jeremy's had in his life? Do you know exactly, or could you ballpark it?
Too many. But I can tell you today is 77 days since the last one. We still count.
Good.
That's awesome.
That's good.
So that's a good thing. For some reason, August, September, when school starts up, is a pretty active time for him and stuff, all the stressors and everything. So, we count the days, we adjust the meds. We actually are working in a clinical trial thing right now through a company up north that with a app watch that is tracking information and to potentially be able to alert us when he needs help. When he's having
For those of you that don't know the story about Jeremy, 3 brain surgeries, 2 eye surgeries, a foot surgery. Didn't walk until he was 27 months old. Didn't talk till he was 4.5. I mean, you guys have been countless seizures, blood and platelet transfusions. I mean, you've been through more than anybody should ever go through. And yet here we are. And as you're about to see, full of personality and energy. He really is a walking miracle.
Yes.
How are we feeling these days?
Good.
You're not allowed to be 15 years old. This is just not possible that you're 15 years old. I mean, we first met you, 7 years ago?
Yeah.
This
7
is-
years.
She said it when we were off air.
Yeah. I mean, you've grown up right before our eyes, and you look
Yep.
great. How do you feel?
Great.
What are you doing these days? What types of things are you into?
Watching Star Wars, Doctor Who, but
That's my boy. Now we're talking. Now we're talking.
Cheerleaders.
cheerleaders.
What do you- Cheerleaders? That's a big
Yeah.
leap from Star Wars to cheerleaders, man.
Well, I know. And I know they're not sci-fi people. Or are they?
Yeah, I'm going to say when you're talking to the cheerleaders, I'm not sure I would lead with I'm really into Star Wars. I'm just giving you a tip. It's not going to go well, man.
Oh, boy. So you're an honor student at what high school?
Largo High School. They redid the whole facility. School is amazing.
Really? And what are your favorite subjects? What do you excel in?
Pretty much, not interested in math, really.
No, who is?
Well, this man is.
Well, okay. Yeah, your dad. All right.
He takes after me. The creative side.
Yeah.
What would you say to people in their car, Jeremy, that have been listening to us on the radio all day today, and they're like, well, I'm not sure that I should call and help out and give a gift. What would you say to those people?
I would say, no. Then you should pick up the phone right now. Should I,
Absolutely.
Yes.
So John Hopkins All Children's Hospital number is 800-270-8642. Call now, please.
1-800-270-8642. Our friends from Valpak are manning the phones. 1-800-270-8642. Can we go back to let me rewind a little bit, and let's go back to the moment that we know something's not right with Jeremy. Can we talk about some of your first experiences, Mom, when you first became familiar with All Children's?
Jeremy was born at a hospital up in Clearwater, and we had a typical pregnancy. The doctors delivered him and said, great, you have a boy. And we all kind of celebrated. And then about 45 minutes later, they're like, something's not quite right. We need to run some tests. We need to do CAT scans, blood work. And we're like, okay, so then we called everybody again and said, okay, something's not right. We're going to see. And then it kind of turned to very serious, we need to transport him to All Children's Hospital. We can't do the level of care at this hospital. And so they told Mark he could either, follow down here or stay there with me. He chose to stay there with me, and we actually left like the next morning to come down here, just, because I'd just given birth. And I think the most amazing memory for me was when we got here, they introduced us to parent nurses. Like, they had people there to take care of us, like to make sure we were okay. And they didn't, when we walked in the door, they didn't ask for our insurance information and our credit card or money. It was we're taking care of your child, taking care of your baby.
How old was he on the first brain surgery?
So he got he spent a month here when he was first born because of the platelets, the infections and everything. So his first brain surgery when he was 3 months old. So he's had a total of 3 brain surgeries before he was 6 months. But and I know you laugh at me when I say this, but we're lucky that he's only had 3 brain surgeries, because there's still not a cure for hydrocephalus. He has a shunt that can go wrong. It doesn't, it's not perfect, it's a drain, and it, has a lot of complications. And there's a lot of kids in our support group that go through multiple surgeries. We're lucky that he's only had 3 brain surgeries. I mean, look at him, he's doing amazing.
Insane for me to hear you say that, by the way.
If I'm sitting in my car and I'm driving home and I'm thinking about just the bad day I had at work or what I'm frustrated about, and I hear you say, we're lucky we've only had to have 3 brain surgeries, that's when I pick up the phone and I change my attitude.
Absolutely.
That's incredible.
And this hospital's been around here for decades, and that's how this works, is that, years ago, people gave gifts, they gave money, which led to research, which led to better treatment, which led to Jeremy only having to have 3 brain surgeries, and led to Jeremy having the ability to be here and talk with us each year. And we've had several success stories. We've had more kids this year tell us, hey, we're cancer-free.
Yep.
It really is a place that performs miracles each and every day. And I promise, I wish there was a way we could just kind of shuffle everybody through the halls of this hospital, because I promise if you walk through it once, you'd be like, I'm absolutely picking up the phone. I get it. I see what they're doing. I see why it's important.
And Paula, you've seen that firsthand, because you guys have had a number of doctors here. I mean, he comes here for visits. He's been coming here every year since he was born.
Right.
And what are some of the big changes you've seen, other than the new building?
Well, and for me, like when he was born, spending the time that I did here, I knew I wanted to work here. And it took me a few years to find my spot, to find the right place. But I've now been here for 8 years working in the early intervention program, Early Steps. And, we help kids birth to 3 that have developmental delays. Like Jeremy, he went through that program. And there's so many things like that here that happen, not just the medical things. I mean, the child life department, has been a savior for us, In fact, Jeremy just came in September to do a blood draw to check his levels for his seizure meds. And for the first time, he felt like he could get through that without having to call Child Life to help him through that. That was like a huge milestone for us.
We had him standing by.
We did. Well, and twice a month I come because I teach Zumba for fun. And twice a month we come here and we do a little activity in this place here with the kids. Jeremy comes with me, and he now wants to come next summer. He wants to volunteer here in Child Life.
You see those donations at work. You see the money that people are calling in. You see it at work every day here.
And it's helped him so much. And those are the things that insurance companies and medical premiums are not going to pay for. Those are the things that make a difference for the families, that makes a difference for every single one of us.
No one gets turned away regardless of their ability to pay. Every single cent stays here. It's your floor, Jeremy. I see you raising your hand.
Yep.
What's up, buddy? What's on your mind?
But it's a little too quiet in here. I don't hear those phones ringing.
I don't either, and that's not good. We need 20 more in 20 minutes. I can't imagine there's not 20 people.
Really do.
I can't imagine there's not 20 people, Jeremy, that don't want to pick up the
You
phone
know
and
20
help us.
people, right?
Oh, I do.
We'll start calling them out because we need 20 more, Jeremy.
All right.
No, let's give maybe the phone number again. All right.
Sure. 800-270-8642.
We only need 20 more. 1-800-270-8642. We're in the final stretch. This is where we really need your help, US 1035 family. I'm home with it. There's 20 of you listening that care enough to pick up the phone. And like Jenny said earlier, we can process you in less than 2.5 minutes. The money stays right here in the community of which you live, every single nickel. 1-800-270-8642. We're going to play Brad Paisley, and hopefully the phones light up for our volunteers from Valpak. Again, we only need 20 more. 1-800-270-8642. 800-270-8642. We'll be right back from Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital on US 1035.